The ghouls come, shambling towards you, backed by rows upon rows of skeletons, eyes glowing burning red with murderous intent, all with the objective of slowing you down, preventing you from reaching their master, a once individual whose hubris led them down a dark path, until all that remained was the monster within. Welcome back to the Deck of Many Toy Boxes, ladies and gentlemen, as we descend into the catacombs and learn how to run a Lich. This video will be a little unorthodox, we will say. While the format you've come to expect will have me cover the stat block and the Lich's abilities as well as strategies for running it, I have a different idea in mind. A Lich should be your final BBEG, no punches pulled. Liches represent the paragon of undeath and arcane mastery, only being matched by the likes of greater fiends and ancient dragons. They have mastered many spells in their immortal existence. Their plans are centuries in the making. For the base stats, like health and speed, as well as the ability scores and spells, you just make an 18th level wizard. This will let you customize your Lich more and customize their spell pool a lot more, as well as whatever magic items you may want them to have. As far as beyond ability scores, saving throws, and skills, there are some key differences between a Lich and a wizard, which I will highlight now. First of all, a Lich is undead. So your 18th level wizard is now a husk of a man, skin and bones held together by magic that is thousands of years old. Reasonably, being undead and very old, your wizard will have proficiency in the Constitution saving throws. As a Lich, your wizard becomes immune to cold, lightning, and necrotic damage, as well as resistant to poison, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. He also has an undead and unflinchingly cold attitude towards life, making him immune to being charmed, exhausted, frightened, paralyzed, and poisoned. Being so subsumed by magic makes it hard to use magic trickery against a Lich, as their attunement gives them true sight out to 120 feet, as well as an ancient wisdom, making them extremely perceptive with a passive perception of 19. Your 18th level wizard, now turned Lich, should speak at least 5 languages, if not all, depending on its age. On to the abilities and actions a Lich has. I'll be leaving out spells, partly because I don't want to go into all the spells a Lich has, as it basically has the entire wizard spell list, but also because by making an 18th level wizard, you should have already done this part. First and foremost, as a mainstay of the series, the Lich is legendary, and therefore has legendary resistance 3 times per day. You're going to see it a lot. The Lich also has Rejuvenation, a unique Lich ability. That means while the phylactery, which is their little box where they write their name down and their contract, as long as it exists, after 5-ish days, they will reconstitute their form at full health nearby, which is terrifying. While undead are normally susceptible to the likes of divine beings and their ability to turn the undead, Liches come from a much higher caliber and have resistance to being turned by the ability Turn Undead that paladins and clerics get. That is the abilities out of the way. And while it doesn't seem like a lot, remember that a Lich is an 18th level spellcaster, so it has a boatload of spells it can choose from. And any DM can tell you that high level wizards are very powerful, we'll say. Anyways, the Lich also has unique close combat attacks and some legendary actions it can do. For one, if it has a magic staff, it can smack you with the magic staff. It also has a paralyzing touch, dealing some cold damage and having a good chance to paralyze the target. When it comes to legendary actions, the Lich has 3, and 3 options. It can cast a cantrip, and no, I'm not going to describe every single cantrip in the entire game, at least not for the stats analysis, and for 2 actions, it can grope someone nearby or channel its inner demogorgon and look at you menacingly, causing one creature to potentially crap itself and run for the hills. It can spend all of its legendary actions in a round to disrupt the life force of a target within 20 feet, causing lots of necrotic damage. I guess being a master of undeath would give you some knowledge of how to manipulate life forces. Who knew? even with leaving out ability scores and spellcasting that took a while. Liches are complicated and make amazing campaign villains. They're cunning and a majority of the time have had hundreds, if not thousands of years to plan their uprisings and schemes. While it is possible to throw a Lich at your party for the sake of it, maybe they stumble upon its sleeping crypt, or the Lich is unconnected to the main plotline and the characters happen to cross paths with it. In my opinion, though, this does a disservice to the legendary creature. The Lich is the apex of human greed and arcane abilities. No human short of divine intervention can match a Lich in the arcane arts. Because a Lich was a human once, you can make a Lich like you'd make any human villain, but oftentimes add a twist to their personality that can only be confirmed by the gifts being a Lich gives. An arrogant human wizard might become insufferably egotistic by their mastery over tasks that immortality would allow them to have. The insane ramblings of a hermit would be exemplified into the cackling madness of a psychopath, as the ages of existence allow the mind to unravel. The theme of a Lich is age, immortality, and the consequences a gift like that would bring. Your Lich should not be stable, reasonable, or really human in any way. How could it be? It disconnected from what made it human when it decided to undergo the ritual. For the encounter, make sure it happens in the Lich's lair, otherwise it would once again be a disservice to the Lich. By being in the Lich's lair, you can have all manner of things happen. Maybe there are secret rooms that house hordes of undead ready to be unleashed to aid their master. Maybe the suits of armor along the walls are inhabited by spirits the Lich put there, and they can jump to its aid as well. Maybe the Lich has all manner of potions and spell scrolls it can grab off the walls to use at will. The possibilities are really endless. Make the encounter super difficult, but not frustrating or impossible. The player should feel like they're slowly grinding the Lich down, while not outright slaying it. Overall, the Lich should be a fight akin to fighting a dragon, kraken, or a beholder, a fight that lasts in their minds forever, as appropriate to the personification of longevity. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you liked learning how to run a Lich with me today. If you'd like to see more, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and definitely leave a comment down below for what legendary monster you'd like to learn to run next. Bye-bye.